everybody. So today is Saturday. That means it's time for family movie night. And we're continuing on Teen Movie Month. This is so much fun. This is where we get to talk about a little bit edgier, a little bit more teenage eccentric films than I typically do for family movie night. And it's a lot of fun. And today we are diving into what I think you could maybe describe as a bit of a cult classic. It's a movie that was highly derided and criticized when it first came out, but it developed a cult following and is now loved by many, including a bunch of my friends. We're talking about Grease 2. Very exciting. A lot of people I know legitimately like Grease 2 more than the original Grease. And so I think that's interesting. My friend Sarah Cohen, it's like one of her favorites. She loves this movie. And I can see why. And I can see why originally the critics were a little tough on it. I'll talk about some of its flaws, but I think overall it's a very entertaining movie. The thing that I think that it gets the most right is just like the songs. Like the music is really entertaining. And I think that while it may not live up to the quality of the songs in the original show, or like all-timers bops, they're so fun. I think that they definitely feel like they could be a companion to those songs. They feel very similar in style, in tone, in the way the music sounds and is arranged, and just how bubbly and fun the songs are. But then there's like a little bit of edge to some of them, and as I think it captures that really well. I think that the two leads are also quite good in this. I don't know if they are all timers when you're talking about Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, but pretty close. I think that I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer and Olivia Newton-John, those are pretty close. And then you have Maxwell Caulfield and John Travolta. I would say that Maxwell Caulfield is more generic than John Travolta, who I think just his whole like movement and charisma and everything, it was just sort of more unique at this time and really kind of stands out, more memorable than Maxwell Caulfield. But I think they're both good and they both can dance. I think that's the biggest part of it. They both can sing, and so that's nice. Especially a lot of male roles in musicals end up getting taken by people who can't sing or dance. You've got your Gerard Butler in Phantom, you've got your Pierce Brosnan in Mamma Mia, these kinds of things that keep happening over and over and over again. But here we have two leads in Grease projects that are both really good singers and dancers. And I think that the songs are really bubbly and fun, and they're in the feel, in the style. I'm almost would consider it kind of like High School Musical and High School Musical 2, right? Like there are some people I know who like High School Musical 2 better than High School Musical 1. I'm not one of those people, but I think that both soundtracks feel like they're part of the same family. They feel like they are a franchise. And so I think that that's the case here with the songs in Grease 2 and the songs in Grease. And I should also say, I definitely recommend checking out on Paramount. You can watch Grease Rise of the Pink Ladies, which was the series they did. It's one of the best things that streaming's ever done. The songs were so good, the acting, the stories, the everything. Like it was a really good show. It's a shame. I'm sure it was super expensive. It's a shame that it could only get one season, but we did a whole recap of it on Hallmarkie's podcast. It was really good. But Grease 2, it's a very similar story to your Grease 1. You have in this one, you have Stephanie, who is played by Michelle Pfeiffer. So there's this new guy in school named Michael, and he's not like a member of the T-Birds, and he's from England, and he's kind of stuffy. A member of the Pink Ladies can't be with somebody who isn't a member of the T-Birds. And since this guy is like too cool for school, then he can't be with the T-Birds, then he can't be with Stephanie. And so that's basically the plot of the movie, is like these two people want to be together, but they're different gangs that they're in tell them that they can't be, and what are they going to do about it, and the back and forth and a lot of excuses for songs. And they do try to bring back some of the people from the first Grease movie. Big person is Didi Cohn as Frenchie. She is the only one of like the students that comes back. The rest are almost all the faculty come back, which makes sense because they would still be working there probably. And so you have Eve Arden as Principal McGee, Sid Caesar is back as Coach Calhoun, that kind of a thing. And so that's fun. That brings some continuity in between everything, and it doesn't feel like what they do now with so much nostalgic property where it's like just just nostalgia, just here's this person that you know, here's this thing that you love, nostalgia bait. And that's not the case here. It's just a reasonable to have these. That's not the case here. And I think it's for the better of it. It's not distracting you from the story. And there are some good songs here. There are a lot of songs. They really packed them in. The only song that really lost me is this bizarre number called Reproduction that Mr. Stewart sings to the kids about fertility. That one was a little wild, I thought, a little bizarre. Uncle Do It for Our Country, Louise and Sharon, where you have so Louis and Sharon, and he's trying to convince her that they should have sex because the world is going to end and they're in a bunker, which is like very problematic and bizarre. But so that one was a little bit strange. And I'll win this war for you. Let's do it for our country. Our country wants us to. You have Girl for All Seasons, Love Will Turn Back the Hands of Time. This is between Stephanie and Michael. Raka Hula Luau, that's a pretty fun one. And then We'll Be Together is the final song. Thing about this movie is that I think it would have been way better at a like DCOM length, at 80-90 minutes tops. I think it would have been a lot better. And it's really, especially that last half hour does start to drag, and the story's just not compelling enough for nearly 2 hours, I don't think. And it just starts to feel kind of repetitive and just not like, I just started to kind of lose interest at that last act of the movie. And so if it was a tighter and sort of the length of a TV movie, I think it would be better. And I think it would work better, and it would just be sort of more this fun little charming thing, as opposed to it starts to feel more tedious at the 2 hour, almost 2 hour mark. So that's the main critique I would have for it, is that I started to get a little bored. So that's the main critique I would have for it. But overall, I thought it was bubbly and fun and what I would want out of a Grease sequel. I mean, what else could they do? I I mean, I guess either don't make it, or I don't know what else they could make that would be much better than this. I think they did what they could with what they had, and it was entertaining. Some good singing, some good dancing, a likable cast. We know what you think. I would love to hear in the comment section. And I do have a Family Movie Night Teen Movie Month review of the original Grease, so you definitely want to check that out. And I actually talked about the stage to screen of Grease. And I also interviewed Mary Lou Henner for Hallmarkies podcast, where we talked about Grease, because she was in the original cast of Grease in Chicago. So she has like an incredible stories about that. She's awesome. So you definitely want to check that out. And please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And check out all of my Teen Movie Month reviews. Also, check out the Patreon. I would be so grateful if you did. It's the best way you can support everything we're doing. It's so they can make fun content, and you get to be part of watch-alongs and Q&As and other fun things. And you get to have bonus episodes, early episodes, all that fun stuff. So please take a look at that. And then we have our merch store where we have tons of fun designs, including I Love Musicals shirts. So check that out. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later.